some sort of hexacan?
Welcome to the worst damn crypto show, period. I'm your host, Romanian Dan. I got with me famous Humble D Crypto. This guy's very humble. And Andrew Jackson. What's going on, guys?
What's cracking?
Hello.
Dylan, how you doing, girl? How's she doing?
She gave me something.
She's doing good? Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Mulțumesc.
Cheers.
So what's up? I haven't been on in I think last time we streamed was 2-3 weeks ago.
Chilling,
It's been a
man.
while. But yeah, we got 0 people right now. Wow, it's amazing.
Well, Access Alive is
Oh, he's
Stream
having
right
a stream.
yeah, he's with Matty Allen right now.
Oh, perfect.
Yep.
It's all good. But
That's chill, man. We're gonna talk.
yeah,
Let's go ahead,
I'm
man.
I love it.
So we have special guest Humble D. What's up, Humble man? Thank you for showing up.
Hi,
Is this the
guys.
first time, or have you been on the show already? I don't
I
know.
have not. I have never streamed before for any reason whatsoever. So
Yeah.
you're popping my cherry.
Wow.
It's all
I guess
famous.
I'm used to that. Wow, Alan.
That
Wow.
Wow.
was me, but hey.
Someone's got to say something in the chat.
Just
Shout out
just
to
to make
Alan
it,
in the chat.
just to make it. Yeah. What's up, Alan? Man, I wish you could
My
be
man.
here, bro.
Yeah, shout
Wish you
out.
could be here, Alan.
Uh,
So, Andrew, you're a new guest also, Mr. Jackson. How's it going, Mr. Jackson?
good. I killed the bank, and now you guys give it all away.
So, guys, how does it feel to have gains in Hex finally?
Feels good.
Feels a little good. Yeah.
Meh. Feels all right.
I like to be able to say to the people around me that, they ask me how I'm doing. I'm just like, pretty good. My net worth is quadrupled in the last 2 months. How are you doing? And that's when they say, what? How is that possible? Nice little lead me in. So when Richard
like
says
hearing that.
price is the number one factor in marketing, I 100% believe him.
Definitely.
100%.
Yeah, and it's about to get bigger too.
Mm-hmm.
So, for those who are not watching, because no one's watching apparently, Humble, for those who will be watching in the future, Humble helps us in the Twitter Spaces, and he has very good insight. Sometimes he comes on and has a very good sense of neutrality and making us understand how things are supposed to be said properly. So I really appreciate him. So we have him on today. So I would really like to, I think the first time I ever heard you, Humble, and like the first time you stuck out to me when you came on was at the beginning, I think, of the HEDRON. Shout out to HEDRON. I know you're wearing a Hex hat. I'm wearing a HEDRON hat. So we're a good combo together.
Mm-hmm.
Since currently, we were talking about, I'm looking here, someone got, half a T-share for 30 million HEDRON. You want a hell of a fucking deal. That's like $60. So I'm wondering, how do you feel about everything in crypto and the opportunities that we have, not only with Hex, but like just the position of what Hex has been offering us. Like this ecosystem is wonderful, right? And like with your experience, like how do I say this? What kind of tools have you been using besides Hex to go ahead and maybe allow people to understand that like we get a lot of gains? Long story short.
You mean in the ecosystem?
Yeah, like have you been, because like it's very hard, and I'll agree, like to maybe pitch past Hex, but like have you ever been able to pitch past Hex?
I guess I don't know what you mean by past hex. You mean using just talking crypto in general, or?
Well, no, because like I've thought about this, right? And like throughout everyone I onboard on spaces, right? Like throughout all our experience, how many times do we actually go through it and get to the point where they're like, okay, I understand hex. Now tell me what's built on top of it. You get what I mean? Because like we can't even get past the hex. So I was like wondering, have you ever been in a situation where you passed hex?
No, I mainly just I sell them on hex. I sell them on the idea of hex. Some people I sell on Richard Hart, but mainly it's just hex, because if you can get them to look at hex seriously, they will. I guess my pitch is this. I pretty much say that, you know, crypto is the fastest growing asset class in the history of the world. There's no comparison. And people know that it's a risky class, but the best way to negate that risk is to take 100 hours and apply it to learning about crypto. And then that's when I bring in hex. I say, if you want your learning curve to, you want to cut a lot of your learning curve off, you need to plug into the hex community. And then they go, what's hex? And I go, well, let me tell you a little bit about it. I give them a very basic understanding of hex, and I say, but the people in this community are multimillionaires, and a lot of them are in their 20s because they just happened to invest in the right thing at the right time. They didn't sell it when they got just a little bit of gains. They waited until they made, their hundreds into millions. And now they spend all their free time teaching people like you, how to do the same, but also how to, watch out for scammers and the things that you see on the news. And it's not hard to do. You just got to be willing to listen. And then so they ask questions, and I say, well, let's get you plugged into the community. Do you have Twitter? Yes, great. Well, this is who you want to follow. And then just click on the follow what they follow, and then get into Twitter Spaces. And so that's all I do. I sell them on the idea of hex and what it can mean for them in their lives, how it can change their lives. But before I sell them on it, I just ask them if they've got, what's going on. Are they a college student? Do they have debt? Yeah. Well, wouldn't it be cool if you could, solve that 2 years from now with $1,000? They're like, how? And I just tell them, well, hex. How? Well, it's a good question. And I just, I go from there. It's just that simple. I just sell people on hex and that the idea of how it can change their lives. And then I use you guys to teach them when I plug them into you. And I also use you guys as a example on what it did to change a lot of people's lives, because we hear about it every day, right? And so that's all I do. You guys are the tool.
I like that, man. Well, it's always appreciated. I really appreciate it because obviously I help, put a lot of time. I put a lot of fucking time in this, and I appreciate all the help that, when you come in and give your opinion, especially that, you're not like, you make sense a lot. And like I said, I really appreciate it. And, Alan, you can come in also more often, Romanian too. But guys, like I just feel like I think lately we've been doing really well. So like, what's the next step, right? And I've been wanting to have this conversation, but I don't think we're at a serious point because we're stuck with. I think the next month is very important. Like, man, the money you could have made in the last 3 days is very risky, but it was very sound. No, sound is not the word. It was very predictable. I guess predictable is the word, right, Humble? In the last 3 days, how much money someone could have made by just doing something predictable.
Right.
It was risk, gamble, but it was predictable. And I think in the next 3 weeks, we're going to see some more predictable stuff.
Alan asked the question on the pushback I get from Hex. I don't think I've ever got a pushback from Hex. I have, when you're having a conversation with somebody, even if you don't know them, if they strike up a conversation with you, if like say, Alan, if I was to meet you, eventually hex would come into the conversation, but not if there wasn't any, if I have not built any kind of a relationship with you before that. Like if you know, I talked to you and you seem pretty like in a hurry, or somebody that doesn't like money, somebody that's all about other things, I wouldn't bring up hex, right? You know, mainly my conversations are you know, I'm trying to get to know people, so I ask a lot of questions, and usually they'll answer me in a way that hex will be a solution in some way, or the hex community will be a solution in some way, or tapping into Richard Hart will be a solution for them, depending on the answer they gave me. So I don't really get too much pushback, because I don't sell the idea of hex to everybody, because, you know, there's some people that would be way too much work, right? So just to answer your question there, but I've never gotten too much pushback.
That's nice. I like it. And you know, something that now that you're asking, Famous, for the past year and a half that we've been in this downtrend, I found it that I personally, and to sort of piggyback off of you, Humblebee, I'm gonna call you Bumblebee, is that sometimes with the new onboards, I don't even try to sell them on hex necessarily. They're getting so much information and education from people in this community about security, which is a big thing. A lot of the people that I've talked to who reach out to me in real life and also online has been, what the hell is MetaMask? Like, very simple questions, right? The introduction to the very simple things, and them understanding the risks that they're actually running by doing the things that they think is okay. I think it's going to be key now, but in the next few months, as we get a huge influx of people who are interested in PulseChain. I think we, as a community, and at least I feel the responsibility to stop trolling so much in the chats, because I think it's going to come to a point where we're going to have those new people. We're going to have to give them the right information. We're going to have to let go of a lot of the sort of like, not let go of the friendships, but the level of chatter that we're going to have amongst each other, just joking around, to, hey, let's take this a little bit serious. And I think we all have a responsibility, including myself, mostly, especially me, if you know me at all, to actually help these people. Like, hey, this is what it actually is. This is what it actually means. And guess what? This specific product, you know, pushes all of that. These are all the narratives and all the information we have about cryptocurrency, and you can learn so much from it. Even if you don't invest in Hex right now, you're going to come back to it eventually, because you're going to find out, now that you can see the truth of how crypto actually works, how, you know, taking your own financial sovereignty serious now, especially now with all this, you know, fiat and bank and printing and that's going on. It's going to open up, hopefully, people's eyes to the curiosity as to what crypto is. And I think it's Hex in itself, and the community has that responsibility to grab those people, tell them what's good, and allow them to make their own decisions, get wrecked or learn, right? And we're going to grab those good people, just like they grabbed me when I first came in here. When I first came in here, I was like, yeah, let's go to the moon. And I was like, oh man, do I feel silly in this chat? You know, I came from, you know, the shitcoin space per se. And, you know, that's all I was used to. Not actual education. I was just eating, you know, McDonald's fries instead of eating a nice, healthy steak with some vegetables on the side. You definitely get fed here. And I think we have the responsibility to keep that going. Everything that all the previous streamers and community members did for us, I think we have that responsibility. And I think Hex in itself, just people start to understand it as they open their eyes and get educated in the community personally. So I never really have to pitch Hex personally to anyone. I always say, come learn about what actually crypto means. And like, guess what? This thing actually does it at every single level. So you want to learn, come over here. You want to make some money, so you're going to make a lot of fucking money. So yeah, just to piggyback off of what you said too.
Hey, Sai, can you, I know this might be personal, but can you put in what type of work you do? So that way I have an idea of how to explain a t-shirt to you according to your background. So
Yeah, my
T-share
bad. I
can
can't
be
pull up
complicated. Oh,
any
go ahead.
comments right now.
So T-share can be kind of complicated, you know. Like I'd hate to hear Famous try to simplify a T-share to somebody. But you know, if I'm just talking to a general person, this is pretty much it. I say that hex is inflationary, just like the U.S. dollar. It's got to inflate because the population grows, and therefore you need the money supply to grow with it. So hex has and I don't give them the exact number. I said hex has just over 3% of inflation a year. So there's more and more of it, right? And the people that stake their hex are the ones that earn that inflation. So if you want to earn like interest, I'll just, because they understand interest, I'll say they'll stake your hex and you'll earn more of it. But a T share is just a way to pay. It's the denomination. It's the factor that pays you that yield. And now remember, you guys, I'm not giving you the technicals on this. I'm just explaining this to a no coiner. And I just say it's just simple. The T share gets more expensive. So in order to earn $1 worth of hex, let's just say you have that hex staked, you're earning $1, right? So next week, for me to earn that same amount of $1 that you're earning every day because you have 40,000 hex staked, well, a week later, the T share goes up, and I've got to stake more hex to earn that same dollar. So it'll never go down. And so now I've got to stake, that amount of hex, that 100 hex, let's just say, not dollar. But now I got to stake 45,000 hex to earn that same amount. So a T-share just makes it so that when somebody unstakes, they can't take their principal and earn more T-shares. And it's just it's a factor that works. I call it a deflationary yield on an inflationary token, But most people don't understand that. Depending on their background, it matters on how I explain a T-share. But my one-liner is it's an inflationary token with a deflationary way to earn interest, or deflationary interest.
It's fucking hard, huh? It's fucking hard, huh?
It is.
I've been trying for a fucking year and a half, man, to try to figure it out how to say it simply, but it's not, man. And I think lately I've been reading the code, and like my stoned ass has been like calming myself down, like understanding like really what it is, like we're not staking, like I know I like fucking bust people's balls with this minting, but I want people to understand that like since the beginning, a hex has been inflating itself every day. So every time you have hex, that hex inflates itself. Now you're able to go acquire that inflation. And for those who don't, well, that inflation is acquirable by you because it's given to those who stake. So if all coins are staked, we all receive inflation at that 3.69%. But that's the mathematical equation. So when you think about it, if you're able to get other people's inflation, because every hex that's created, you get a piece of that inflation, and it inflates itself at every day at that percentage. So, man, you got to think about it like one hex at the beginning created how much hex, like we could draw it on a board and say, okay, well, every year that one hex became 1.0369 hex. So you could have that one hex and then it became 1.369. But for everyone's hex, everyone shared that that 3 point, you understand? That 3.69 hex for that year. And we all shared it because whoever gave the hex back was able to say everything that was created due to every hex that existed. I'm trying to simplify this, but this is the easiest way to explain it to someone, where it's like every hex inflates itself. And that inflation is rewarded to those who give it back to the system, who burn it, create the burn function. If you burn it, then you tell the system that you take that much of the hex that existed and you want that much of the proportion of how much it inflated. at that time because you gave that much of the total supply. So that's why that's why the T-share rate grows, because every time you unstay, you create a total supply. So the proportion, like,
it's a self-correcting system. Right?
like
It's a self-correcting system. Yeah, it's hard.
You know what, Famous? What if I just told you, show me $100 today? I'm going to give you $1. I go, tomorrow, if you come back and show me $100.01, I'll give you $1. I go, for that same $1, it's going to cost more every day, but you get to keep your $100. You know.
This is what I would tell that person. So if you said, okay, I would take your $100, and you would hope for me in 1 week to give you 200, right?
I didn't say give it to me. I said show it to me.
I would show it to you. Okay. Mm-hmm. What if I could do it in 30 seconds?
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of things you can do in 30 seconds. Girls won't be happy about it, but.
As long as it gets the job done, it gets the job done, right?
Right. Anyway, yeah. There's no easy way to say it.
That's why a whore, once you come, is done. That's what it is, man. That's what you pay for, man. so like at the tip-top shape, you got to understand one thing. For me, I can make that person not spend $100, but spend $100 and they made 200. So it's as if they would have spent 200. So did they make 2x right away, in your opinion? Like that person that spent $60 for 1,000. Did they make a minimum 10x right away? I think they did. Because they would have had to have spent 10 times more plus. I'm just rounding it up just to be nice. You would have had to spend 10 times more to have acquired that now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just using the same fiat instead of.
So when I can pitch that to someone, that's why I'm telling people in the space is like, I know Hex is king, but like, what if you could just buy 80% of it in Hex, and that 20% you get an extra 60, so that's 140%, and all you had to do was just know.
Oh, sorry. Now I'm gonna have to think about this for you, buddy.
Yep, and that's why Richard says what? It's Bitcoin with a proof of work change.
Yo, SDY, si tu veux que je l'explique en français, je peux le faire aussi. Sorry, guys, I'm explaining it in Spanish. SDY, if you really want me to explain it in French, I could try to explain it to you in French, but if you want to ask me a question...
That'd be great. I explain it in French.
Si tu veux me le demander en français, juste écris-moi libre, je vais te le répondre en français. Ça va pas être facile, mais comme je peux essayer. It's up to you, bro.
So, bien.
Well, I can really help. I could help the French community. I don't even know if the French community knows what they're doing. Like, I can really go in there and just be like, "Yo, man, this is how it works. Like, you can check this out." Like, yeah, man. But it's really up to them if they really want to ask. I'm here. I know Celtic was trying to organize something with me and a guy, but I'm not really down to chill. I'm not really down.
Well,
I don't like going on like interviews and it's like, who are you? And it's like, you know, I'd be on an interview like this, be like, yeah, man, I'm famous. Like, I don't really like. I don't want that shit. I like the community because the community is like a family thing now, I guess.
The best thing you can say is that Hex, there's more Hex printed over time, and a T-share is just a way to make it more expensive over time. Because if you get more of something, usually it gets cheaper for everybody to buy. But the T-share just makes it so it's more rare. And if that confuses them, just say you need to spend more time looking into it now, because
you know you could dilute the OA by just staking more than what the OA stakes.
Yeah, the whole key, Sai, this is it. you can't explain to somebody the entirety of hex in one conversation. And so the whole point is for you to build enough interest. See, like for me, I have to build enough interest in them to want to spend 100 hours looking into crypto and hex before they buy it, because that's how important it is for me, you know. So, you know, like the college student, I said, well, is it worth $1,000 and 100 hours worth of time to turn that $1,000 into $200,000 or $70,000, or you know, or 3,000 into you know, $80,000? Would it be worth that if you do that in 2 years? They go, heck yeah. And I go, right. I go, all you got to do is 1 week of 2 weeks of a full-time job. Just put an extra time into looking into crypto. I go, if that money will push you to do that, because if you don't do it and you just try to do it yourself with 1 hour of trying to figure things out, you're going to turn that $3,000 into $5. So it's important to spend the time looking into it. I go, you'll make more efficient time if you plug into hex. And then when you plug them into the hex, not only will they learn how to be safe, do things right, avoid pitfalls, but they'll learn about actual hex. They'll be able to get their answers questions by people like PHamous, you know, like Hexicasian, you know, a lot of these people, they know what they're talking about. And then not only that is you'll plug them into Pop-Up Owner, right? So any questions they have, they can get them answered. So that's why it's important to find the reason that'll push them to look into hex, right? You don't have to explain hex. You just got to give them a reason why they should look into it, right? That's what's important.
Yeah. And if you want a deep analysis of it too, you go watch the Whales Only streams from the beginning.
Right. I started there. I started with Whales Only.
Dude, watching stuff from Whales Only is like drinking water out of a freaking fire hose. It just comes right at your face. It's insane.
You gotta realize, man, Gavin Woods is our GODWHALE.
He's your GODWHALE.
Yes.
Yeah, you need to understand this, man. Okay.
All right, let's go. Bring it on. Bring it on.
This
Come on,
is what
Famous.
Romanian Dan has been waiting for all show.
Yep.
We're gonna give it to you live. I saw Hexicasian 0 KK.
Hope he doesn't run.
It's time, Famous. It's time.
Bring it on.
Gavin Wood is in hex. I'm 100% certain. You know
Trust
what?
me,
If
bro.
I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
You're not wrong because you're 100% sure.
Yeah, you're not wrong until you're
Bro,
wrong.
I'm oh, man, like, okay. Right now, guys, hex search. Hexsearch.io. Right, Gavin Wood. Try to find something. Next. Address 310,000 ETH Genesis. Try to find something like that. Next, why would 66D one of the ultimate GODWHALEs, part of it, the C5, why would it give it 4,000 ETH to get it to X? And then this address gave 100,000 to the DAO, and somehow Ethereum just randomly got all the answers to all their problems. And Richard always says we have the best devs. Like, what's better than the dev that wrote Ethereum?
It's possible.
So wait, if Polkadot connects to Ethereum, it can connect to PulseChain, right?
Would assume so.
Makes sense.
And if not, you got Power City to do the connecting, I guess.
All we need is KDP.
But you guys understand the technology of a layer 0.
No simping.
Like, do you understand that McDonald's could just create its own L1 for its business and have a whole payment rail and a whole security payment rail system, a whole infrastructure through a whole layer 0 created with its own L1s. Each L1 is all its franchise. It would be massive for the franchise industry and business. How a layer 0 on Polkadot is built. Forget about Cosmos. Cosmos is all about giving for free. It's not about that. It's about the infrastructure, about the security, the infrastructure, the parachains, how the L1s are built on top of their L0. So, like, I'm really bullish on that shit. I know Richard doesn't really talk about it. I would love to be on one-on-one with him, not in front of you guys. I just want to talk to Richard. I would love to one day. I always say this, but it's conversations I would like to have. But right now, what's the conversation? Okay, GODWHALE, fuck him. It's Gavin Wood. Next. Okay. We even had a conversation today in Spaces about what are you going to do with your stuff? If people think that there will not be the opportunity to buy on Ethereum, and if there isn't the opportunity to buy on Ethereum, I would be very disappointed. I'm very disappointed that people aren't really looking at it and like saying like, yes, this is an option. Why aren't people talking about it? So I'm kind of disappointed, to be honest with you. Like guys.
What way?
Like just by experience. Like I thought people had experience. It's like, did you really want to do the same mistakes?
You tend to learn that people will continue to make those same mistakes. I mean, you see that every cycle, the same people doing the exact same thing. They're following the exact same people on Twitter, YouTube, and they're getting wrecked the same way. And every time they're like, oh, I was that close, I should have sold, or it's they never learn. It's just like that saying says, those who repeat, those who fail to change will tend to create, repeat the same mistakes, right? So, and that happens in crypto. We see that every single cycle because there's that many people losing money, right? People are buying the tops. They keep coming in when it's on the news, right? The people making the money are you guys that are here right now. Ones that you see on Twitter, the ones you see on YouTube that are following, they're buying right now, right? But the 80% are the ones that are coming in after the gains have already been made, right? They're making that 2 or 3x, during the big bull run. When we've already made, people that buy right now, when they come in, we've already made, 50 to 100x, right? So that's just what it is. When people say people get bored, that's true. When people buy the top and they see it going down, they're like, well, I'm not going to pay attention anymore. And then they come back in at the top again. And so they don't learn. They don't want to learn, right? They're people that don't want to take responsibility usually, right? They want to hide the truth from themselves. They got a veil over their eyes because they don't want to come to terms with that they made some bad decisions, or maybe they listened to the wrong people. But
yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, what was it? I was in the chat with ATX crypto. I don't know if you guys watch him, but a good point. Goldfish memory. And I was hoping this whole USDC depegging lasted a little longer. I knew it was going to go back up. That was inevitable. I was hoping it would just make people nervous enough to learn a little bit better that they shouldn't be trusting certain entities and start learning ratios and where to actually keep their wealth and how to transact properly. Like that guy who what do you switch? He went from USDC to USDT, ended up with 5 cents in the whole panic because he didn't set his slippage correctly. Can you imagine? $2 million. Oh, I'm good. Gonna send it over to USDT, end up 5 cents. And I was really hoping. I love chaos. I love it when things are burning. I love it when everything's wrong because there's opportunity there, both to learn and to make some gains at the same time. But people will forget, and people are already flocking right back to it. Like, oh, everything's fine. They said it's good. It's redeemable now. You're right. Some people just won't learn, will not take responsibility for their own actions. They will sit there and blame everyone else. They'll blame the system, but never point the finger at themselves. And I think, you know, like I was telling you earlier, I think we have a great responsibility to make people understand that when you have your own financial sovereignty, the way that we do, it is important for them to understand that it comes with a lot of freaking responsibility. You can't rely on anyone else but yourself, and understanding how the system works and what the consequences of your actions are within the system that you're using. That's going to take you and change your life, and it's going to take you to new places, but you got to understand. You got to take the time.
Yeah, we got a special guest today. Before we go to the White Mamba, we're sponsored by Biggles. Also, sponsored by Good Bill. Also, I see some motherfuckers. I think right now, this is amazingly bullish. Because you better go ahead and get your fucking T-shares on special right now. Because this T-share HSIs are going down. And also right now, people are utilizing very low T-shares, so like 500 B shares. They're utilizing B shares right now. So like, there's going to be a lot of burn. So hold your stakes. Burns are coming. But there's deals. Forget that shit before it's going to go up. It's going to go up soon, man. Trust. Trust.
What's going on, Thoughts Child? The
What's up,
Damaja?
White Mamba?
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Guys,
I'm
yeah,
muted.
listen to this. Okay, in the UK, they don't have Lay's. Okay, it's called Walker. I'm not even joking. Everything Lay's is Walker. It's fucking hilarious. Oh, we got Tap.
What's going on, Tat? Can you hear us? Thoughts Child, we can't hear you, sir.
I can hear y'all. Can y'all hear me? I'm probably
Oh,
wrecked.
what? No, you sound good. What's going on?
Sound great.
I'm great over here. I've been doing good over here. How's everybody been?
I've been good, man. Chilling. I just had COVID or whatever that is, you know. Got
Oh,
over that. Chilling. Baby made it through. Everyone made it through.
well, I'm glad everybody's okay.
Picked up some more HEDRON and ICOSA.
Mm-hmm. Earning sweet yield.
That's been it for me since we last
Yo,
spoke.
what up, Tap? How you doing, bro?
I'm great, famous. How you been, bro?
I'm doing amazing, man. Chilling, bro. Chilling. You enjoying the gains?
I
Or
definitely
what?
have been. I've been DCAing appropriately. You already know I'm staked. This whole pump started like on my birthday, so it's been a nice time.
Newsflash. Mute button. We ain't staking no more. You ain't staking. Stop
My
capping.
bad.
You
I forgot.
You minted. You're a scheduled minter. You understand that? You schedule mints. And that's what you do. You
I got
burn
my
your
hex
hex.
scheduled to be minted at the appropriate dates.
Exactly. You
So-
you fucking responsible ass motherfucker. You understand? You schedule that shit and you respect the schedule and you get that money. You understand? You're guaranteed that shit. If you respect your schedule, you're guaranteed your shit back. Remember that. 100% guaranteed. Respect your schedule. Fuck that shit. What happened to him?
He left.
What's
He's
wrong with him?
wrecked. His internet.
Great. Now I'm ready.
Thoughts Child, my man. We can't hear you. Let's see. I got to look at the chat on the.
Taps.
I hear you through the chat, bro. Through the caps lock. I hear thoughts. Can you not hear me? Fuck!
You buck-toothed cousin fucker. You know what?
Yo, Crypto
I-
Gaze has the hardest PFP these days with the
Yo.
double mint necklace.
But you guys don't understand. The double mint necklace is on the bro. Get the bro.
That's hard.
Bro,
That's hard.
that's disrespect, man. Bro, he's disrespecting everybody with that one. Yo,
It's working.
Richard's gonna hate me, man. I'm just literally like preaching alpha with like a joint in my mouth. Eating crappy food. Respect. I respect you, Frax. Thanks for showing, man.
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
See? You're humble.
Yep.
Please tell me you're still going, right? Because you know, like right now, there's like some crazy T-shirts coming out, right?
You mean HSIs? Yeah, I mean I am if I can get deals, but I bought a ton of bigger HSIs, and so I hit my limit, and I wanted to keep a certain amount of HEDRON, just for later. You know what I mean? So I'd have to reload, but right now I'm not reloading any money. I'm just accruing my dry powder now. I stopped DCAing since all the prices started going up. But I can tell you this. If the prices go down again on HSIs, I'll probably start buying them up again. So, but you know,
What's going
there
on?
used to be a lot more competition on B shares. So it's kind of nice seeing that there's some getting through pretty cheaply, because you know when you guys think about it, it's not going to be T shares for a whole lot longer. You know what I mean? If you really think about it.
Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Oh, yes, it's working.
Oh,
You're
yes.
good.
Hey.
You guys hear me now?
Yeah.
You're all
Yep.
What it look like when you're on the mic. Sucker MCs don't bite. Yo, there's about 3 or 4 people left in Hexaco who need to read Addendum 1022 of the Mind Spray Viewer's Manual. These are Kiwis.
You're fuzzy
They
nuts.
represent something on my anatomy.
Oh my god! I thought it was eggs. I thought they were
that
eggs.
you need to suckle, fondle, hug, lick, kiss, appreciate. Right there. Right there.
Fuck them bitches.
There. There's
Suck
one
'em.
for identity block right there.
No, why? Yo, why you guys got beef, motherfucker?
Because that man takes these he has in his broken brain and uses them as a basis for slander, defamation, and libel. That motherfucker, I put him on when nobody would even look at him. He told the whole community I was trying to steal his girlfriend. Guess what's an important thing to have? A girlfriend in the first place. My man's fantasizing. Forget it. I'll let it go. How are you boys doing, man?
Doing good. Good to see you.
Doing great.
Chilling, yeah.
Yeah, man. The fuck out
Hey,
of
listen,
here.
me, I'm all about peace and love. I'm all about peace and love.
Yo, famous, save it, bro. Save it. Because I
No,
don't
listen,
come at
I
people
gotta
with
tell you
no
something.
basis. I don't come at people with no basis. I want peace and love as much as the next man, dude. But if somebody goes out of their way to talk shit, they're going to get bit. That's all there is
It's
to
none
it.
of my
Other than
business.
that, I'm all peace.
Me, I'm all about peace and love because right now we're about to get money.
That's
We get
what it
money.
is. That's what it should be about, right? If somebody comes up on one of these streams and says, Famous is actually a crack addict and a liar and a thief, and they make a bunch of right, exactly, right?
Crackhead's a bit too much. Like
Sideways
liar and a
shit,
thief is
right?
chill, but like crackhead, like damn.
Exactly. And I'm somebody who went through rehab and has 4 little ones, man. I'm living my
Yeah.
best life. I am living my best life I ever lived. I'm a grown man, dude. I ain't trying to hear that bullshit. So I'm sorry. I am not trying to darken the positivity. I'm not even trying to make it about community. Let's talk about the asset, right?
Well, I've been called a scammer, so it's chill.
Well, hey, we
You
don't
know
have
what I'm
girlfriends
talking
on here, so you're safe.
I'll tell you,
Look,
I'm the worst scammer ever existed.
I'm a
I make
big boy,
people money.
man.
What kind of scammer makes people money? 100%.
Yeah. You scam people right into gains.
It's like humble. Like explain that. Like someone called me a scammer recently. It's like I'm a scammer. I'll be like, bro, I must.
That's
be the
because,
worst scammer ever.
what it is, Famous, they see you shining. Some people cannot see people energetically out here shining, man. It puts sand in their hoo-hoo.
No, but it's because I make people think. Right? And sometimes like some people don't want to have the conversations, but the conversations are good to have.
Man, I'm saying, bro. I put a lot of it behind me, guys. Just 100. Just being fully transparent.
Why is
like I
Tap
put
talking
all
on
the combat behind me.
Wait,
man.
2 seconds. Tap, you on the comments, but you're not in the fucking chat.
I thought Tap was here.
He was.
Nah, he got rugged.
He's with a shorty for sure, man.
My son.
It's a
That's my
Monday.
son, man. That's my son.
Monday.
That's my boy.
Can't pay for the cell phone bill. Lost all his money in Silvergate.
We gotta get Hex Morgan back on too, man. That Canadian is probably getting fucking seduced by the Chinese communism.
He's hilarious.
He's working,
bro.
man. He's working.
He should have been nominated for that award I was nominated for. They said I was nominated as one of the funniest Mexicans. I couldn't believe Hector Morgan wasn't. He's like our comedian, man.
Who won that?
They said they're going to announce it on the boat, on the cruise.
Funniest Mexicans.
Comedian, yeah, whatever. They didn't
Jim
say
Rat?
nothing
Bro,
about the
that's
Nazism.
hard,
They
bro.
didn't say
That's
nothing
hard,
about the
bro.
analysis.
Bro, that's
They didn't say
hard because
nothing
it's
about-
like, what kind of comedy? Because like, bro,
What was
I like
that?
Jim Rat for the
yo,
win.
Bougie, get on the Worst Damn Crypto Show YouTube. Everyone's in the chat, man. Poor you, you're in my fucking chat. What the fuck you doing? Go on the
Bougie
Worst Damn
said the
Crypto
bang
Show.
bus just arrived.
But like,
What the
who is the funniest one? Like, think about it, bro. Who is the funniest Mexican? Like, you want to be the funniest Mexican? You a joke? What are you fucking like? Remember Joe Pesci? What am I a fucking joke? I amuse you? What am I clown?
Make you laugh? I make you laugh.
No,
You
but
know
think
who's really
about it.
funny is Huddle Dog. Huddle Dog always makes me laugh. His tweets. So, I'll really nominate him. He's pretty
There you
funny,
go,
but he
Alan.
doesn't go for that vibe.
The funniest ones are the black. So then, isn't Joker the funniest?
He's not that funny though.
Bro, I'm
used to
sorry,
be
Joker's
funny.
hilarious, bro.
Dude, he used to be
Joker is
really
hilarious.
funny until he
Bro,
got serious.
he's still hilarious, man. I'm sorry.
I used to have a good time when he was on with Hexy.
No, man, you guys.
Oh,
He's still
Hexy, that's
hilarious.
our girl, man. She's
Yeah.
She's off.
stepping into a bright new day. You go,
Yo,
Hexy Quinn.
Bullish in the
She's all
chat.
affiliated with Texan now. Good for her.
Yo, Bullish, tag team me. I got to bounce. Get Bullish up in here. He's in the chat. Ex Luthor.
What the fuck are you talking about,
Mr.
Andrew Jackson? I just got here.
You just got here. I've been trying to send you the link for 3 freaking hours.
3 hours.
Funny
And you don't know how to use DMs and Twitter, motherfucker.
What, did I send it in the group chat?
You guys. Oh, Hexo. Yes, Hexo. I'm sorry.
He was nominated. Now explain this to
Yeah,
me, though,
he's
for real.
Hexo is the funny. No. You know what? I gotta
Yeah.
give it to him. I'm sorry. I gotta give it to him. He is actually the funniest one, man. Come on.
Yeah,
Oh, he's funny, man.
he's
That's
up
why
there.
I
He's
didn't
up
have
there.
that's why I didn't have a snowball's chance in hell, brother. And you
Yeah,
want to
but
hear
Hunter
something
Dog
really
hasn't been
stupid?
doing anything.
Now listen. Tranquilo, famous. Listen, if you
What
were
is
going to create an award show,
Yeah.
an award for, like, say, all of creation, would you say that it was appropriate to say God is one of the nominees? No, it seems kind of silly, right?
God's
So
not
who
a
the
hex.
fuck-
God's not a
Who
hex.
the fuck over there fucking nominated Richard Hart? How can you nominate Richard Hart for anything?
Well,
he's
pretty
the
funny.
alpha and
He's
the
pretty-
fucking
he's-
omega.
Bro, he's pretty fucking funny, bro.
I know, but that's like a given. He's already the award winner across all
He
categories.
would be funny.
Why
Well,
would they put
he's
me
definitely
against
funnier than you.
Richard Hart?
He's definitely
fuck,
He's
man?
definitely funnier than you or me. I'm not funny.
Famous? You have not
Shaw's
digested
pretty
enough of my
funny.
content
Shaw.
to even make a comment.
Think of it
No,
this
Thought
way.
Shaw's
How can
not.
you make that
Yo,
comment?
Thought Shaw is not funny, bro. Thought
What-
Shaw's awakening.
He makes me laugh.
Awakening. You don't
Think
know,
of it this way. He's not in a
You
class.
haven't watched enough of my shit to even say that, Famous.
He's not
What do
even
you
in a
mean?
class of his own then, because you're
What
in
do
his
you
class.
know about how much I watch? I watch more than a lot of other people.
You ain't watched 2 hours of my show since
100%.
86 episodes you've been on.
100%, bro. You with that mask and you're like right at the beginning all the time, and then you pop in, you're like, whoa. And then sometimes I come pop back in, and then I'm like, oh shit, kid, the music's still on. Okay, come. Then I come back in.
I do a long intro.
But it's okay, man.
People file in, man.
But I'll be honest with you, like I think the only I like even Richard, like when I hear like the first 5 minutes or like I like hearing it the next day because like people cut all the bullshit out.
That's the thing. They're all getting edited. Like there's a live version that's going to be there.
Man,
and
I'm
then
addicted to spaces.
I'm taking them down. I'm editing them to the most succinct, best, highlight moments. And then I'm going to put them back up. I'm in process of doing that right now. It's not quite there yet because my assistant hasn't showed up for work yet. But when she
Well,
does,
why don't you just put them on man, you could just upload them easily.
I mean, they were all there on my channel as live.
You get
version.
YouTube to MP3. Listen to me. YouTube to MP3 on Google, and you download it for free, and you get all your audio on MP3, and then you upload it. Okay, I can give you all the fucking tricks. I'll write you a fucking text.
I don't know what you're talking about because I have every version. I don't know why you're saying that. I have all the audio and all the video.
So
why
isn't it up yet?
Because it needs to be edited. I'm
So
taking off the
edit after
part.
you upload. At least it's uploaded. Oh.
I don't get what you're saying, man.
Come
I ain't
on,
putting
man.
it back up until it's edited.
Oh, you mean like video edited?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like description edited.
Because for example, that whole lead-in thing where I'll play 15 minutes of my original tracks for the audience, a lot of people love that. But it gives people time to file in, do their thing, whatever. And then we get rocking with the organic real-time, exchange between me and the panel. In the video format, as far as the archive goes, I'm of the opinion that maybe all that extraneous shit doesn't need to be there. Only got so much time. You don't want to watch 15 minutes of my tracks and us bouncing around waiting for the shit to start in that case. So
what I want to listen,
trying to separate the live experience from the archived experience is my point.
I want to see you, man. Like you should put that at the end so like that we see you because I want to see you, man. You're like, bro, like
you gave me good advice. I was telling everybody, Famous. I was like, yo, Famous told me, that thing that I do? That rant. Famous says I should start off every show with one of my rants, but then stop.
And then do what you got to do. Yes. Fuck
give them a taste of the madness, the old thought style madness.
Because they're already there and they're already lazy. They don't want to change. They're just like, what is come on, man. Fuck them.
We have fun.
Bro, are you ready? Are you ready? Because it's coming.
KDP said 20 cents.
Excited about. Wait, what?
KDP said we're going to 20 cents. I don't know.
That's the next resistance?
No, it's 10 cents is 10 cents.
A lot of people are leaving. I can promise you that. That's the case.
10 cents is
Crypto Game says, if you didn't vote for Thoth, just unfollow me now. That's my bro. Thank you, 369. Bless you.
Tap's destroying you in the chat too.
You know what? I gotta show that. Oh, look at that. That's pimp. Who made a blonde hair?
The hardest PFP. Crypto Game's new PFP.
Yeah, hardest PFP.
Oh,
yo, guys.
Hardest.
We got Hex Luthor in the crowd. He
100%.
is the CEO and co-founder of this company right here. 369.
Perfect.
And they made this.
Yo, that's rich. That's dope.
And this is Wild SJ's. Okay, for her shows. Right there.
that's dope. With the
But
Phoenix.
when we say these is my image flipped? How do I fix that? But yo, check out the
good.
website. 36. It's the number 3, the word 6, the number 9.xyz. Them boys got bulletproof wares up on there.
Tell him to post it. Luther, post it.
Yeah, post that link, son. In fact, I'll grab my
Post that.
I'll grab my coupon code for you guys. You guys can use my coupon code. You get 10% off.
Wish you would have told me that before I placed my order.
It's full price for you, Andrew.
I'm the first
Full
person that
price for
ordered
me.
from that whole business, I believe.
Can we get kiwis there?
I think Hex Luther said I was second. Somebody else beat me to it.
Oh,
I thought I was the
word.
first because I clicked on it immediately, placed the order. But in the end, I ended up getting a rare one. So I'm actually going to frame it. Not going to wear it.
You're not going to wear it.
Now I'll order some more to wear, but that first one I'm going to frame.
Yo, Touchdown, did I tell you that Gavin Woods is is Godwell?
I swear to God, I heard something about how Polka Dot is the GODWHALE when I was coming in here. You can stand by that, huh?
Oh, God. This again. All right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You know what? I know better than to doubt Famous, man. He is right so
Bro, listen
much
to me.
more often than
Regardless
you
if
are.
I'm right or wrong, it's probably the best fun you could put out there. Gavin Whale is our Godwell. Just tell
Gavin
everyone.
Whale.
Because if he isn't, he's going to have to buy Hex anyways just to
Gavin
Make it
Whale is
true.
our Godwood.
And Tap said, wait, who's the GODWHALE?
Gavin Wood, man. Check it up. Google.
Hey,
I
guys,
said the
there
same thing,
it
Tap.
is,
Who?
the link.
Make t-shirts. Gavin Wood is fucking Godwell. Hex logo.
Famous said so.
Yo, it's a hashtag, man. I'm telling you.
I like it.
Outfund me.
Why not? Give people something else to think about.
Yeah. I can't. If I can't fund myself, I'd do it.
Dr. Gavin Wood, man. Like, don't they say he's the co-founder of Ethereum with old Slinky and Yak's Milk? Cardano, Yak's Milk. What's a Hoskinson? That's it.
Oh yeah, Hoskinson.
You guys all heard my joke about when
Guys,
Klaus
just
Iammi-
Google it. Google what happened in Ethereum May 2016. May. Oh, there he is. Doesn't this guy look like a fucking Godwell? Look
It
at him.
does.
Dude, I bought crystal meth from him one
No,
time.
yo, wait. Just go
He
on.
looks like my local
Do me a
dealer.
favor. Just do me a favor. Just go on gavinwood.com.
I see that guy at Dunkin' Donuts every day.
Just do it in Romanian. Just read his whole fucking what he did.
Well, he was touching kids, wasn't he?
Nope, that was Biden.
That's terrible.
You can't.
That's sniffy. He smells kids.
Or do the hexsearch.io and just see if Richard talks shit about it.
I got a question.
He didn't.
Who is the brother? Who is the brother here above me? I've been in Hex since day 400. I never heard of no Humble D crypto, and I heard him teaching on T-shares, so he sounds like he knows what he's talking about. How you doing, dude?
Hey, nice to meet you, buddy. I've watched you on Whale's channel, but I'm usually in Twitter Spaces.
Oh, okay. What's your name there on Twitter Spaces?
Humble D Crypto.
Humble D. Okay, word. Well, it's nice to meet you, brother.
You guys can call me
Nice to
Durand.
meet you.
D stands for Durand.
Like Roberto Duran, the boxer, yo.
Or Duran, or Kevin Durand. A lot of them are named after me.
Roberto Duran was badass.
Yeah.
I got my grips right here.
But yeah, I see you everywhere. But you never see me on YouTube because I'm doing the playback while I'm working out or doing other things, so I'm never really live.
Oh. Well, it's nice to put a face to a name and a name to a face, brother.
So, good to be on here with you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no doubt. I like meeting the good peoples.
Well, hey,
What's up with
Hex is
Dan?
at
Is he like just hosting?
Hex is at 8.2 cents. Where the fuck is where
It was 8.3 just a little bit ago.
It doesn't matter. 8.2 is still chill, man. Fucking shit, man.
Fucking right.
Holy shit, man.
What's up, Tap?
Pretty close to parabolic, man.
So Gavin Wood says here, since his childhood, he was interested in economics and game theory.
Ooh. Tell me more.
Was he interested in hairstyling?
No,
and hair
post
products?
it. Look at the website. Let me see if it's the website, because there's an official GavinWood.com website. Tells you everything he
It's
did.
gavwood.com. Here, I'll post it in the chat.
No, just put it on.
Oh
the
yeah,
fucking,
Tap just
put it
said
on
it.
the screen, man. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Tap just represent that whole cadre of people hovering around Hexaco. Like, I'm holding out, man. I ain't gonna buy that first bag of Hex until it's under fucking 1 penny. It's like, you dumb assholes, man. You just missed out on so much good shit.
Yo, put it full blast, man. Zoom that shit.
Yo,
Control
put
fucking.
Dr. Gavin Wood on
Control
blast.
plus. Control plus. You zoom in on that bitch. Who I am, and read that whole thing. Since my childhood, economics and game theory has always interested me, even to the point of co-publishing and strategizing board game and my own design. When I first read about Bitcoin in 2011, I was largely uninterested, focusing too much on the currency rather aspect of the technology. However, I revisited it in early 2013. I began to release new possibilities opening in between the fields of ICT and game theory, and the inevitable social change to which this would lead. A mutual friend made the introduction to Vitalik. In that year, blockchain/crypto has dominated my life since. I coded the first functional Ethereum client in 2014, released as POC1.
People of
First
color
proof of
one.
concept, then co-founded the project. Shortly after, I authorized the yellow paper, the first formal specification of any blockchain protocol, one of the key waves of Ethereum distinguishing itself from other blockchain-based systems. I went on to co-design much of the 1.0 Ethereum protocol. Fuck, I can't see shit.
Including the EVM.
And gas collar pays account model. I also conceived/invented and designed much of what would become one of Ethereum's technology stick, including the Solidity contract language, the RPC, the Whisper/Form protocols, and JavaScript API. My original ideas for the decentralized web back
No shit.
back to 2013. My first post on the topic was April 2014. Later, by a letter. Prior to Ethereum, I accrued a master's degree in computer science. I consolidated Microsoft research on technological aspects and embedded my domain-specific languages, designed and implemented the first truly smart lighted controller for one of London's top nightclubs.
Oh, he was a clubber.
Designed it and implemented one of the world's largest C++ language workbench, and built the software work for OX Legal, a smart text contract editor. Okay, wait. So, nightclub. Richard likes dancing. This guy fucking did all the lighting and all that shit. So like it's Rich.
Yeah.
My mutual friend.
And they were both rolling, and they were like, "Oh, it's like, what do you think about blockchain technology, man? Come here and talk to me, man. Let me my ideas, brah."
He's capping about 2013, 100%.
But nothing about God in there. Where you just throwing
Yeah,
this off the
100%
snap.
capping. 100% capping. We got one.
You guys didn't explain to me how it's fair that Richard Hart got nominated for that award, though.
It's very fair. He's
That's
very
not
conform.
fair, dude. He's the reason we're all here together. Why the fuck would he need to be nominated for a fucking award?
Because he's fucking funny. He's still a Hexagon. He's just like us, bro. There's nothing like it's Richard.
Peace out, Andrew.
He's just Richard.
There's only $6 billion difference between that guy and me.
So,
All right, boys. All right.
You out of here?
Yeah, I'm out of here.
Allan Fils-Aime.
Andrew Jackson, sir. Humble D Crypto, it was a pleasure meeting you, brother.
It was nice meeting you too, buddy.
Thank you. Thoughts, child.
Thanks for jumping
Stay
on.
strong,
My brother.
Stay strong, brother. Stay strong. Famous.
Almost there, baby.
Mr.
Almost
Jackson.
home.
Don't change. Be yourself.
say hi to Alan. Say hi to Alan for me.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot.
You know, next time I got to rant a little bit. I'll get a better mic.
Your mic's good, though. I don't understand.
Yeah, your mic's good.
Now it cuts off on my end. I got a new headset I gotta use.
Thank you. Tap gets it. Tap gets it.
Yeah, and somebody help out Tap, please. All right, brothers. Dan, thank you again, brother. Y'all be well.
Of course. Thanks for jumping on.
All right, stay hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tap says,
Until the day I die,
Dan's
hopefully.
like, okay.
Until the day I die, hopefully.
Where you're like,
Uh-oh.
you're Scooby Doo, and or not the mystery, club. Fred, he's pulling the ghost thing off there, and it's Richard Hart's face, and then you do it again, and it's Gavin Wood, for Godwhale.
That'd be freaky.
Well, imagine I'm right.
See, Tap gets it.
Just
Tap understands.
Understand.
Thank you,
Imagine
son.
I'm
I knew
right.
you'd understand.
Imagine I'm right. Just imagine I'm right. Just I don't care if I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I'm just high. I just
It's
had
a crazy
an idea.
thought.
It's a thesis.
It's a crazy thought.
It
For
doesn't
real.
change. I'm not telling you not to stake high. I'm actually I'm giving you a reason to stake it even more. If anything,
that
bro,
would
you should blame me for fucking making money. Thank you.
That would put one bad haircut in charge of like 4 of the strongest top 15 crypto assets on Earth. Yeah, that's kind of mind blowing. More than that, it boggles the mind.
I'd expect Tochchild to be digging deep into this conspiracy, on who Godwhale is. Of all people, he'd be the one I'd see digging into it.
It's because he hasn't seen the wallets. He just doesn't understand the timeline. He just doesn't understand.
I don't know that I care.
Just because he's just wow.
I mean, wasn't it you? Wasn't it you like scolding me in public for following that kind of thing, or was it Wales? I can't remember.
Bro, never.
One of you guys was like, I don't even understand why you suckers even bother fucking caring about who's what.
Yeah, definitely not me, man. I never judge a man.
Good.
Because I've seen things that no other person has seen, technically.
Hey, you're up on blockchain asset news and information outside of simply the Richard Hart.
I'm here every day, man. Humble
Right?
can vouch for
So
that.
did you hear this interesting factoid about how that last tumble that Bitcoin took was Binance, quote unquote, accidentally, they said, liquidating all derivative leveraged positions in the wholesale market in the whole country of Australia? Did you hear that? Anything about that famous, about how Binance says they accidentally pulled that move? And the whole, all the Australian users.
No, we have crypto every morning. We have enough. There's Tangent. There's Magic. There's Magic Carpet, right? So Magic Crypto, right? Magic Carpet, right? So there's Tide, but like there's a numerous amount of Australians that would have definitely have mentioned something, but I didn't. Humble, I haven't heard anything.
I haven't heard or seen anything about that.
That was from
definitely heard something.
that was 2 weeks ago, and the end game of it would be.
I'm there every day, man. I trust me. Tangent would have definitely have said something, and I would have definitely have been there to hear it because we're on at the same time.
Well, it was only derivative positions. I don't know.
Right.
I could look deeper into it.
Oh, derivative.
But the way that it plays out,
you're right. You're right, actually, because no one's really into that. You're right.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But
the point is that Binance is pulling a whole bunch of okey dokes, and I just think that
man, it's crypto, bro. Get out of here.
I think that it just points to the fact that most of us should probably.
They have more ETH than there is in the wrapped ETH contract. What the fuck do you expect?
Yeah, that's a little fucking scary.
No,
man.
it's not. It's not. It's fucking crypto. Like, bro, there's gonna be 50% of fucking ETH staked in validators. Like, get over it. Like, just let it be, man.
What do you see? Well, okay. Well, then, since we're on the topic, what do you think happens when the 16 million
life has
in the Shanghai fork, right? Which is EIP
right now, it's just what's happening.
48.95 and 3 other EIPs.
Now with this USDC, like just people made money. There was like what?
Yeah.
$10 billion worth of trades, and the price didn't even fucking move on anything.
Fearless Leader made out on a die position, didn't he? I heard.
Yep.
Bro, it was very,
I
very like
keeps doing the right shit. It's
like
amazing.
if you were to pull up that tweet that Alex from fucking Krypton, from HEDRON, Jesus Christ, from HEDRON posted, he literally told you what to do and you would have made like bank.
Well, it takes money to make money.
Bah, bro, I don't know what to tell you, bro. If you're in crypto and you have no money, what the fuck you in it?
Well,
It's your money.
Give your boy
Well, that's
coaching.
typically the
you get the same percentage as me, man. What the fuck you mean?
the
It's just
people that
don't
are
see
in
the
crypto
value in
with
that.
no money.
How much money does $1,000 make every day versus how much money does $100,000 make every day? It's simple math.
Bro, it's same percentage, bro. You're just looking at the bigger pays better and the longer pays better bonus. That's what you're used to. But like at the end of the day, if like a coin goes up 30%, whether you have 100 grand or 10 grand, it's 30% each. So like if you do an arbitrage play for that much, you're getting the same percentage. That's what you got to understand. Sometimes when you do lower, you get less slippage. Especially when the fucking volume, especially when the liquidity goes from like 100 million to like 20. Like you're looking at people like like a nice little 50K making what it went all the way to 80 cents. So like a nice little 50K makes a 20% on that. It's like easy one trade, 20%. All you have to do is sit on it 3 days.
Who is this bougie raccoon, man? I like him.
Come on, man. Like be real, man. Like this was some easy ass shit. And look at the way it went like how do I draw it on the screen? Oh no, the other way. So I have to go like this. It went.
Yep. Evil Knievel. Up the ramp.
Oh, ETH just did. ETH just did. It did this. We're bullish. It's going up. It's not going down. Oh, it's the end.
It's the end. Yep. Energy. Come on now, guys. What's popping? What's crack-a-lacking, Humble D, man? How you feeling today, sir?
I'm feeling good. Heading down to Florida, bring the kids down there tomorrow. So V3 opens. I'm not going to be touching it. Don't really matter, but
yeah,
I like to listen to it on Spaces.
And you know what's funny?
Pulse, the more I think inactivity is the key to success for my ass.
100% not. 100% don't listen to that. Humble. Listen to this. Remember what I said about like lately I've been saying like fuck the copies, fuck your stable coin. What I've been saying, get your copies because it's 10 times more worth it. If people would have got in at like even at the 5 cents right now, they'd be laughing. Because if people listen, right now the play is not to get in stables. The play right now, thoughts, is your copy. Because you're gonna be able to buy on Ethereum when PULSECHAIN launches. So what's the point of having stable?
I see, like
I didn't say anything. I'm confused. I'm talking about getting my copy and not touching my copy until it appreciates.
Yeah, I'm not touching nothing for my copies. For like the ecosystem. I'm not.
I'm talking more about my airdrop than I am my copy.
I'm buying like okay, so like
you're just gonna stop. You're gonna stop buying at fork.
What do you mean stop buying? I'm a single father of 4 young children whose ex-wife gutted me.
So once the fork happens, it's done.
I'm just saying, probably not making any moves is a good thing. Like, just get that airdrop and sit on.
You're not going to want to lock in that T-shirt rate on PULSECHAIN at first, since you're one of the first people ever to get it.
Oh well, no. I mean, you're talking about staking up some hex. Yeah, I'll stake some hex. Sure. I don't know. You want to be my daddy, Famous? I need somebody in my corner. Why don't you be my daddy? And
I got millions of hex staked, and I got 266 hex liquid that I just happened to find. I can't do anything with it, So,
but how many people have that?
hey, I only have them because of HSIs. It's the only reason why I have that, But I am so happy that he came out. HEDRON came out because I wouldn't have the amount of hex that I have without it. So, like, I was the guy that was like, somebody told me about it a couple of years ago. I'm like, yeah. Hold on, and I quickly swapped for $500 worth of hex. I didn't even see how much I bought, and had it in my wallet, right? And so a couple months later, he's like, hey, did you look into it? I'm like, no. He's like, well, it's PulseX. And I'm like, oh, that sounds kind of cool. I better look into it. So I started looking into PulseX, which I ran into hex. I started looking into hex, and I'm like, holy crap! How did I not know about this? And so then I'm like, all right, I'm going to start DCAing it, right? And so I do, and then eventually the 2 weeks comes, and I took like a huge chunk to me, and I'm like, that's it. I'm just buying all hex now. And so I bought it all, and it didn't come, and so I had a pretty high cost average. But since then, every two days to a week, I was buying on the way down. And so my cost average like went way up. So I didn't have a lot to begin with, but because I kept buying this whole time for the last year and a half, I took advantage of the HEDRON when it was really cheap. So I traded hex for HEDRON. HEDRON went way up in price, at 10x. And so I was able to take advantage of that. So I bought more HEDRON back or hex back, and I used HEDRON to buy HSIs, and I was able to, have them out. But it didn't start out with a lot. I didn't have like a lot of money. I just listened to the people in the community and took advantage of.
That's the only reason I could afford to participate in the sacrifices is because my first bag of hex was 0.8 of a penny. And that's where my sack money came from, is turning that first bag of hex into.
Do you guys understand that? No, but do people understand that like most of us got more hex through this HEDRON thing than we could have bought?
Yeah, my average buy,
like
just in HSIs, famous. My average buy in HSIs for hex is like 0.004. Because I was buying HSIs. I was buying like a 50 T-share HSI for like 700 million HEDRON. I mean, when you get deals like that, your average, your cost basis goes way down. You know what I mean? So
I got
3 days, man.
So I got all these T-shirts bought with HEDRON, which was acquired by all the free airdrops I've received by 1 hex stake and 250 hex stakes. I have hex. Those stakes or whatever. But people need to understand.
So whatever they say about me being
1
intelligent,
hex stake,
it's all a joke.
got me.
I'm really the biggest mouth breathing buck.
No, I don't give a fuck what anyone has to say. OG can lick it. I got 1 hex for free, you Zenoids, right? Because all I did is pay transactions. 1 hex got me T-shares. Can suck it. I don't give a shit. It's over. It's over. When people think what they know, it's like there's so much game theory. There's so much involved. How can 1 hex get me a T-share right now? You tell me that. I did it.
Yeah,
we did it.
I don't understand. So all you continually do is create fucking FOMO by speaking in ciphers, and you're not telling me how to do nothing.
Bro, hex is the power.
You're just like, you're an idiot if you're not wealthy. That's basically what you're saying.
If you're not, no. See, that's your negative attitude because you're not being able to come into this 24-hour education, game theory aspect. Look at it. Look at the options. If someone could just take 1 hex and do all these things, what is happening with the value of this asset? If this asset is generating so much value, if people are wanting this so much, if people are willing to burn 20 times what it's worth, 30 times what it's worth, 50 times what it's worth, you're telling me why should we sell this asset that we've acquired? Like Humble D said, I'm getting these real ass hex. Look at this hex, 1,000, 10,000, 5,000 hex. That's real hex, plus the accrue for 3.7, plus it's in 15 years. You tell me if you still had your Bitcoin from 10 years ago, if you wouldn't be happy. I promise you, you would be. I'm telling you,
those things right now, you can pay the same amount.
I can't hear
right now. You can either pay $100 for that, like, you know, the hex that you can get on, you know, Uniswap, or you can pay $50 for it on of HEDRON for the same amount on the HSIs, you know. So
I think what we need to recognize is that everybody's life situation is a little different. Last time I checked, there were firmly 24 hours in any given day. Some of us have innocent lives under the age of, say, 18 or 15 or 13 years old that we have to care for. Some of us have to work a job. Some of us have to work 2 jobs. Some of us have to work
do you see the value?
3 jobs. Some of us who are in those situations look at the guys who are able to be in their pajamas all day long, studying crypto, studying crypto, studying crypto. And we're saying that is appealing to me. I would very much like to figure out a way that I could make my life that.
Todd, you know how I study crypto? I throughout the entire day, I have these things in, this Bluetooth. No matter what I'm doing, I'm listening to the stuff that you put out on YouTube. I'm not watching, I'm listening to it. I'm listening to the Access Alive, Whales Only, and I play them at higher speeds for the slower talkers, you know. All those guys, I'm listening to it. And then if I'm caught up on those, I got Twitter Spaces, I jump in, if you know, and I have it playing in the background. And then if something important comes up, I hear about it. But I'm always listening. So, like, yes, I've been in crypto.
The guy that was on a 3-story scaffold that I set up by myself in 20-mile-an-hour winds in the run-up to the sacrifice, fucking in Pulse, Maine on Telegram. I did that. I know. I understand in principle what you're saying. I do. I lived it.
Yeah, I'm not somebody that has a lot of money. I have kids. I'm a single parent.
I think it's unrealistic sometimes that the way those who are the haves in this community
that's gains, thoughts,
speak,
gains.
It sounds like you're often to other haves, to other millionaires. Like, I don't think a lot of times people are necessarily addressing the working parents who only, if I can finish my thought, I don't think a lot of times you're necessarily addressing the people who have $1,000 worth of crypto and who have 15 hours of
every fucking time I talk to the people that put $200 to $300 to $400, $500. You see, this is why I am so emotional, because what you just said is what they do, what the fucking peasants do, what I fucking spend hours in trying to explain people that imagine if you do this with $200, what you could do with $10,000. So I don't give a fuck.
I must have missed those.
You don't understand. You
like
don't
I said,
hear it.
Time is limited.
So please do not judge, because when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. It's literally in the word. So at the end of the day, you cannot say that, because people.
Dude, I said that very thing on one of my episodes before, and I had OGs agreeing with me, saying it's a real.
I have literally fucking websites that can teach you, my friend,
that out of your ass
while you're chilling with your children. You can read.
And who the fuck fucking seeing asked? Nobody said, could you shout out Famous?
You're the only one, and I love you.
And I love you.
And I love you. But it's emotional, bro. You're from Philly. I'm from fucking MTL. It's the fucking emotion. But you can't go ahead and say, I'm talking like as if I make money. No. I'm talking like as if don't need money. It's fucking gains. Richard said, okay, when Sticker Guy asked him at the fucking when he asked him at the convention, what does it mean to you to be a Mexican? He said, someone that gets gains. It has nothing to do with your life. It doesn't matter who the fuck you are, where you're from, what you do. You just got to get gains. And at the end of the day, when you get hex, you fucking succeed. And you know what? For us, that came later. The goal is to get more and more hex. Why? Because it's not just about the 5 years. It's not just about the first cycle. It's about 2, 3 cycles. If this is forever, right? Plan it forever. Why put so much time and effort and all your money in? Okay, so then DCA and something else that you think is forever. You think XRP is forever. You think Polygon's forever. You think Ethereum's forever. So then go and invest in Ethereum. You're fucking 8 years late, my friend. I can promise you that. I guarantee you wish you were in year 3 in fucking Ethereum. I guarantee you were in 2018. Oh, I wish I would have bought the dip when that shit dipped on the first year, huh? I bet you all them wrecked ass plebs right now wish they would have kept. I promise you. Maybe they sold at 5K. Okay, cool, good for you. I hope they bought back down to the other one. That's the proper way of doing it. But at the end of the day, it's to get more. And there's options. I'm telling people there's options. People say to do one thing, but there's other options. You got to listen to what I say. You got to be there. And I wish you were there because you're a fucking voice, man. And I respect what you're doing there. And I'm always there. And I give the same emotion, man, because emotion is felt to those who want to feel it. And those who don't, well, they don't need to join you in your course of like spiritual, whatever bullshit you want to talk about. But like, you can understand what I'm saying. Like those who feel you. And that's why you put emotion into it, right? Or else you wouldn't put emotion into it. You wouldn't give us your emotion if you didn't think we were worth it. And I do the same fucking thing, brother.
I've been on a sabbatical for over.
Yeah, but it's okay. You got kids, bro. I don't got kids. That's why I'm here that's why I'm here every fucking day, bro. And I'm gonna be here every day for a fucking hopefully just one cycle.
So thoughts, Shao. Yes, I'd now after 2 years of investing in HEX in the ecosystem, I have over 1 million HEX staked. Okay. Yes. That seemed impossible to me a year and a half ago. All right. But what you gotta understand is that I didn't spend anything on myself over this last 2 years. I've been buying what my kids need. I've been paying my bills, and everything above and beyond, everything went straight into the HEX ecosystem. Like if I had an extra $100 after 2 days, I would go drive Lyft, by the way, too. So I'd drive to make the money I needed, and then I'd drive longer to make money to buy HEX. Right, so I'd have $100, $200.
I mean, maybe you're talking to somebody else, but I don't think anybody can tell me anything about sacrifice.
No, I mean, but that's how important it was to me. You know what I mean? I didn't
working hard.
I mean, I looked
at that shit. Like, yeah, I'm 51 years old.
Right, you know, but here's the thing, though. I've also been investing in crypto since 2016, and I have never ever drawn my money. I've never sold my crypto, but I traded in between. I tried trading. I tried bought stuff. I tried all that stuff. I never made money because I didn't know.
But can we just show him? Can we just show him? Look, Tosh Child, look at that right there. Okay, look at that right there. There's one guy that bought. Okay,
77 million.
He bought.
I'm looking at this one. I put it. Look at this one. 77 million HEDRON. He got 5,555 hex.
That's not even a deal. That's not even a deal. Go look.
But
at
it is. Look. 77 million HEDRON is 2,000 hex. So you got 2,555 hex for free, pretty much.
No.
Minus the gas.
Look at this. Go look at 3,500 hex right now. How much is 3,500 hex? Look at that 3,500 hex for 30 million HEDRON. Go look at that right now. 3,500 hex is how much HEDRON?
3,500 times
is 131 million HEDRON. He literally got 100 million for free. That's $200. The motherfucker made $200 in a $60 buy. Thoughts, bro? Like, this is what I'm telling you. You don't got the 300. You only got 60. You could have bought for 300.
So yesterday there was 3 T-shares. HSI selling for like 400 million. They were worth, the hex in them were worth like $1,800, and the HEDRON that was being paid for them was only worth $789. Right, so people were buying the HSIs rather than buying straight up hex. So they're not only getting more hex, but they're getting better T-share because the T-share is from 30 to 90 days ago. Right, that rate before that, even like the 600 pump. Go right, so they're getting a T-share rate that's better too.
Go look at that 5 million HEDRON for 1,000 hex. 1,000 hex is what, $82 right now? That 5 million fucking HEDRON is probably $10. Motherfucker made fucking 8 times his money. So what, he paid even if he paid $30 fucking fee on that, motherfucker made fucking 30 bones. Off of 60 bones, made a 50% ROI. Bro, money's money, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro. There's money to be made, and there's 3,600 of them off for auction, bro.
Yeah, it's something.
Bunch of nyaks getting told by fools to do nothing, bro. Go, bro. We can get fucked.
I mean,
You can get fucking
you know, there's only
70%
so many hours in the
as well,
day.
bro.
When I saw that my hedron for all my stakes and all my effort
Fuck
was
that.
worth
Start buying, bro.
$6,
Start
that's where I kind of unplugged from that, focused on other things.
I need to sit down with you for an hour and show you the potential, because this shit even has a potential that hedron at one point could, like, it's beautiful how hex to ETH, the ratio is almost hedron to hex. It's a beautiful synchronism, my friend.
No, I believe you.
What's $100, bro? It's a pair of sneakers, bro. It's a couple of records. I'll give you back the $100 if you're wrong. I'll give you back the $100 if you're wrong. I'll give you.
I put
$4
of my own automatic.
All I know is
I bought myself a single fucking indulgence and since my divorce, man.
at one point I was happy with having like 20,000 hex, because I was thinking, well, 2 cycles from now, I could see how much hex is going to be worth, and 20,000 of it I'm pretty happy with. You know what I mean? And so I guess it's just the way people see it, you know, when they want to be, where they want to be, and when they want to be it. That's what matters, you know.
Yeah.
But I was pretty happy with 10 T-shares. You know, when I became a turtle, when I got like 11 T-shares, I was as happy as shit. I was so happy. I'm like, yes, I'm a turtle. You know,
like, where do you guys get that from? Is that all based on Staker app? I never used.
Yeah. You know, at the time people were talking about it. You know,
you
so
gotta look at yourself, bro. You gotta focus at yourself, and like the beauty about hex is that you can beat yourself every day. But the thing is that opportunity cost was a word I learned in economics. When I learned about it, I was very fascinated about what it actually meant mathematically. Like, what is my opportunity cost, right? Thoughts, child. What's your opportunity cost, right? Like, I understand you got priorities, but there's an opportunity cost in everyone's financials. So you got to realize what is the possibilities that you have at the beginning. Now, for the last 10 years, the best thing you could have ever done has been a first mover in something. Am I correct or wrong?
It would appear.
So why don't you listen to your boy and try to learn about how to be so as a first mover?
What do you think I've been doing for the last 4 years?
The
only point was, this is all relative. Guys, that's the only thing I was bringing up. Only thing. I'm not arguing anything y'all are saying. I'm just saying, as obvious as it is,
I'm not saying you're arguing,
that I look different than KDP. That's how obvious it is that people are different. They're in different situations. I mean, I can want it as much as I want. That didn't keep me out of the hospital last week for my migraines. It doesn't feed the kids. It doesn't fucking take care of the ex-wife. It doesn't fucking do anything for my drunk fucking landlord. It doesn't do anything for job 1, 2, or 3. I mean, you know, like, what the fuck, man? That's all I'm saying. And you go, you're right, Thoughtschild. It is relative. You don't got to fucking put this microscope on me right now, personally.
Hey, you know what?
I'm putting the microscope on you because I don't think you know.
So
fair.
I remember it was Jim Rohn that
about
said,
how you can get a deal on. I don't think you know that you can get a deal on Hex, and that's it. I don't judge you as a man. I don't judge you as nothing. I just don't think you know that you can get a deal on Hex right now, even though it's at 8 cents.
That's fair. I'll buy that for $1.
And I'm always here to help you, bro. Always. So I don't give a fuck what you think. I know you don't, because if you did, you'd be laughing at me saying, "Yo, man, look what I did. Fuck it, for free." You know what I mean? Come on, man.
Yeah, that's wild, man. It really can keep a person up at night, you know.
But think about it. Now you're getting.
I know I'm not alone. It's just that people are too proud. People are afraid because nobody wants to look dumb. Nobody wants to look vulnerable. Nobody. wants to look scared. Nobody wants to look confused. We have flaws where we could use improvement. You know what I'm saying? In them truths. I'll cross that Rubicon.
100%. Now think about this. This is how I see it.
Oops.
If you know about this for 5 years, you would be better than if you knew it for only 4. So if it took you 1 more year to learn about this, I know that if you learned about it now, you'd be better in 5 years than you would be in 5 years if you only learned about it in 1 year from now. So that's why I'm being a bitch. It's the only reason, because at the end of the day, it's knowledge, and knowledge is power, and that's what you seek. So I know I'm helping. That's it.
You know, thoughts. There was a guy named Jim Rohn. He used to say, "You make a living from 9 to 5, but you make your dream, after." And so, like, what you're doing right now is the reason why I believe that you're gonna make what you want to happen. Where you're not going to have to work that second or third job anymore, because that little bit extra that you're spending in this, this opportunity right now, the little bit extra effort that I see you put in with like whales and other people, learning about hex, applying it to
86,
your bags.
86 episodes, 86. Some of them 10 hours long.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I know you're going to be
plus features.
One of the people that you were just talking about.
Plus features, 86 plus features. He never talks about the features, but he's an asshole for that, but it's okay. But at the end of the day, what I want him to know is that today is the day.
I'm being paged. Hold on.
God. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, the worst thing that any of us can do is like think that,
describe my thoughts.
It's okay to think that you don't have enough, but comparing yourself to other people is just the worst thing you can do. You know what I mean?
No, but what he's saying is that he has no choice but to do that. But what I'm saying is that if he knows, it can always help him more than if he doesn't. You know what I mean? Like, as long as you know, even if you don't do it, as long as you know, then you could do it. It changes the aspect.
So you think in the future the savings will be greater with HEDRON? I should hold on to my, because I'm fine. That was my plan, to hold on for a few years now. Because I don't.
So look, one T-share is 5.5 million HEDRON.
Mm-hmm.
Go look how much that is.
1 second.
26,622 hex for one T-share.
No, not there. Just in Uniswap. How much is 5.555 million HEDRON?
Mm-hmm.
So right now it costs you 147 hex to maybe in the future get 100,000.
So it's $11.66 about.
So if you're telling me if you buy 14,000 hex, you can't devote 147 to maybe buy 8,000 of that 14,000 would buy you right now, and then still maybe buy it in 6 years and have it unstaked in 9.
So to answer your question, Rom, is in the future, hex, or just like hex is more rare for T-share wise, as the T-share gets more expensive and people are, less people are staking, there's going to be less HEDRON being minted, right? And as time goes on, the ones that have the multipliers, they're going to be running out, the 3Xs, 10Xs, 9Xs. And so HEDRON's going to become more rare. And as people are paying for HSIs, they're using it the way it's supposed to be worked. It's burning HEDRON, more HEDRON. So like one T-share, I can borrow one T-share's worth of HEDRON, 5.555 million, HEDRON. I get that, right? And then I can let my T-share go and not pay for it to the contract because I didn't make any payments for 90 days, right? But I still have the 5 million, right? Now what we're seeing here is that people are paying. I got 5.5 million HEDRON from that one T-share, but people are paying 130 to 155 million HEDRON for that same T-share. So when they win that, even though it only produced 5.5 million HEDRON, it's burning 155 million for somebody else to buy it with HEDRON. So it's burning more than it produced.
So it means
and so therefore
the next 20 T-shares are not minting HEDRON for every T-share technically at that rate. It's really
right.
Cool
So it's deflationary in that way as well. So as the T-share goes up, less people are going to be able to stake as much HEDRON, right? Because it's less T-shares. And so that's going to be reducing it. The HSI is going to be making it deflationary as well. And the price of Hex is going to cause it even more rare because, you know, if Hex goes to $5 and it's 28,000 Hex per T-share, somebody's got to pay over $100,000 for a T-share. You know what I mean? And who's going to do that? You know, less people are going to be able, less of the population are going to do that, right? So HEDRONs become more and more rare over time. And what you're going to learn is that the more rare your HEDRON is, 5 years down the road, when this HSI is going on, and you still got your like billion or 500 million of it, you've got a big chunk compared to everybody else. Because what we've seen in Hex is that the people that used to have all the Hex, like the millions and millions, they sold to 500 people that bought all their Hex. So now it's been diluted, right? So like you're still sitting there and you still have 1 million Hex, but everybody else has got a couple 100,000, right? So you're going to have less competition. You're going to be able to bid for the bigger like T-shares, right? So that's the way you can look at it. You can either try to get deals now if you see them, but in the future, you're going to have just as good of deals because everybody else is spending it right now. And less people have big chunks of it. And the ones that are whales in this, they're just buying HEDRON with their money, and then they're bidding for these big HSIs. But everybody else is spending all the little bit they have, and now you're left with a bag, and nobody else has a bag. So in the future, you'll be able to be the one buying up all the HSIs, right? So whether compared to Hex, you know, HEDRON, like right now, you can trade one Hex for like 37,000 HEDRON. Just a second, honey. And in the future, you might be able to trade one Hex for 7,000 HEDRON or 500 HEDRON, right? So HEDRON will be a lot more expensive compared to Hex. And so all these are factors you got to take in. But this ecosystem is so new, we don't have a history to put everything together to look forward, right? Because it seems to be changing as time goes on. You know, just like the rules of like yield in the crypto game. In the beginning, there's always a lot of yield until more people know about it in any ecosystem. And then over time, more people find out about it. There's less yield, right? And we're kind of seeing that's what's happened with the HEDRON staking and the ICOSA staking, right? There's more cycles, these 90-day cycles. So we've got to apply all this stuff into this, and it's all so new. We've never had a closed loop like this before, built on a T-share, built on a coin, right? We can't predict it, but I tell you what, I've got a lot of my HEDRON. So like I've spent half my HEDRON buying HSIs, and I've kept the rest of it. I'm not planning on spending it unless a really good deal shows up in the HSIs. Just because, I want to have something to sell because I'm not selling my Hex in the bull market, all right? I'll sell HEDRON maybe, depending on it. I'd rather sell that than my Hex. But at the same time, HEDRON might rubber band and do, like Hex does say 100x, HEDRON might rubber band and do 200x, right? And so that will give me a whole nother, or you guys as well, a whole nother bunch of opportunities in the ecosystem, whether it's as HSIs or staking or selling, whatever it is.
100%.
And so I'm unsure, like what you said, if it's going to be more advantageous holding my HEDRON or using it now. So I just said, you know what, I'm splitting down the middle. I'm buying more.
But the goal
getting
is
really good
in 15 years to have more Hex. That's the
Right.
goal.
So
because we need to outpace the guys who came before us. So
Right.
it doesn't matter when we acquire it. If we acquire it now, if we acquire it in 3 years, if we acquire it in 5, if we acquire it in 9, 10, 11, 12. It doesn't matter when we acquire it, right, Humble? Like, people need to understand that. Like
right.
it's good now. Like I talk about it, but at the same time too, like you said, like later on we could get some crazy ass deals too. So I see what Hex Luthor is saying, but what is minting possibility of staking Hex native plus minting it for free? So like you should still do it, but the opportunity of how you could buy it, right? It's like you could buy some Hex at 8, and you could buy some right now at 4 or 5. So like you're DCAing in with your cost. So it's like an opportunity, and like maybe not now, but later on you will. If you have 100 million HEDRON, 200 million HEDRON, you could definitely get something later on, maybe before the end of 15 years. I just see it possible. So like, don't sleep on it, because right now it is liquid. Later on it won't be, because 100,000 T-shares, 100,000 Hex a T-share, and people will be getting B shares, not T-shares. So you'll be getting a
that's
couple
still
of
crazy.
HEDRON.
Some of the
Yeah,
stuff we
it's
looked at was
coming.
like
I'm telling
60%
you, it's
off,
coming.
man. That's why I was like, wait, should I wait?
3 years ago,
But-
3 years ago, they were at Q shares. You realize that?
You mean 2 hex per?
No,
what are
no,
you
no.
talking-
3 years ago, they were at Q shares.
Q shares? Okay.
A Q share was $10,000.
10,000 Hex for T-shirts.
No, 10,000 T shares. You could have locked that in
Yeah.
for 555 for 10 grand. You could have been making 50,000 Hex per day right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, at the top of the bull run, they were
No.
talking about
What
B
do you mean?
shares,
It's $1.
So,
What do you mean? What do you mean?
yeah, that's
What
why
do you
I'm like,
mean? It was like 65. What do you mean? Ask the OGs, bro.
yeah, I heard it was 60 cents a
One
T-shirt.
Bitcoin. 10,000 Hex. No, wait. 10,000 T shares. Sorry. What am I saying? I'm like, in my head, I was like, what? Impossible.
No, it's 10,000 hex per 1 Bitcoin for the free claim. It wasn't T-shares.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, 10,000. You understand? That's how it was. 50,000 fucking Hex. And a lot
All
of
I know is that if you've got a HSI and it's 5 T-shares and you're trying to find a buyer at the top of next
Wait,
bull market, you're probably not going to be able to find somebody that's got enough money to buy it, right? But if you've got like 200 B shares and Hex is at like and that, let's just say that's, what is that, like, I don't know, 2,000, and Hex is at like $5, it's 10 grand. Somebody can probably, might be like, oh, I'm gonna buy that, right? Because there's more people. Versus if you're trying to sell 100,000 Hex, and and it costs $500,000, right? So B shit, and that's what I was trying to get to a while ago, is that people need to, there's individuals that are just making B share stakes, even though everybody's saying, hey, you need at least a T share on Ethereum to make it worth it for unstaking in 15 years. Well, that's not true when it comes to HSIs, because there's a lot more you can do with HSIs, right? So you can, I'm banking on the fact that I'll be able to put them up for collateral.
Yeah, you could sell
eventually.
them to ICOSA as well and cash out that way.
Yep.
You don't even have to
Yep.
find the buyer.
Right. So it's just, I think B shares are the future. I think they're going to be really common, in the next few years.
Well, when we were at the
Especially in
top, when
2025.
we were around 40, 50 cents, the talk was B shares. People were starting to talk B shares in the community. I was watching Discourse Syndicate and shows like that on that channel. And people were starting to talk, oh, we got to start talking B shares now. Let's not call them B shares. Let's just call them shares. That convo was going on. But now you don't hear that anymore. Because, you can get a T-share for, what, 1,200, 13? Oh, I guess it went up. I don't know what it's at now, but
It's like 2,200 now. I was just looking at that. Yeah, 2204.
You realize that 500 million hex at 100 hex per t-shirt is only 5,000 t-shirts. So 5 million hex at 100,000 hex per t-shirt is only 50 t-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
When will we reach 100,000?
Yeah,
In 3 years?
that's
2 years?
50,000 B-shares, buddy.
What do you mean?
So it goes up. It goes up what? 20% a year?
I'm just saying at 100,000 hex per t-shirt, you're only getting 50
Yep.
t-shirts with 5 million hex.
Yep. Right.
But a t-shirt at that point could be paying some good money. You understand? Because it's that total supply that keeps going up. That's the fuck. That's why the same way that their T-shares, those Q shares are fucking valuable, the same reason why our T-shares or B shares right now will be valuable later on. Because if you have half of a T-shirt, but a T-shirt is giving out 25, it's like you had a T-shirt. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's, you get a it's so
Yeah. So
hard
if you're
to
getting,
explain it.
if you only get
every
50
hex
T-shares,
counts. Every hex
if
counts.
it's at 100,000 T-shares, the return on the ROI is not 6.3 per day. It's a lot higher. So it'd be like we're earning. Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's just the ROI.
It's gonna go up by 2030. It's going like it's gonna be between like 20 and 50 hex per t-shirt at like 2030, 2032, 2033. Like get ready. That shit's gonna go up. It's going up right now. It's going up like it already went up more than 20% since the less than the last year. So like it's gonna go faster because at the beginning the amount of average was less, so there's more t-shirts that are gonna like it's all math, bro. I'm just bullish because I can't explain it. It's too much mathematical. Like you just have to be in my brain to understand. You just be like whoa. It's like miners that keep making miners. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I can't wait till PULSECHAIN so I can do all these 30-day ICOSA stakes and not worry about the gas fees. I'm gonna set up a bunch
You
of
could
them,
do them right
like
now.
100 of them.
You could do them right now.
I got a few 90 days one.
You could do them right now.
Up, and then I'll set up to 30. Yeah,
my
but
ICOSA stakes
I can't eat the gas fee, man.
My ICOSA stakes minimum 10% right now, and a HEDRON is minimum 7.3%.
Yeah, I checked mine the other day for the. See here, I have like 3 days left, but I was trying to predict what it would be in 30 days. It was about almost 6%. Dollar wise, if I was to,
it's per
the
month.
amount of what I put in for dollar wise in HEDRON and what I'm receiving in ICOSA in USD, I was earning 6% almost.
The 30 days is ridiculous.
In 30 days, yeah.
I have a lot of 30 days, so like I'm very impressed by the 30s. Like I have big ones, but like the big ones are like okay, cool, but like I look at those ones like I always keep ruining them. Like I keep ruining them. They're like, oh, like I remember last time it was at 4 days left and I just compounded it. I'm all worried. It's okay. One day that shit will be wow. Cause like, yeah, I compound the 90s. I'm gonna compound them for a year.
I compound the 30s, and I turn them into 6-month stakes for ICOSA. So 180 day. So I got a rolling 180 day set going month by month.
So I stopped doing the 90s because I'm focusing. So the gas I would have spent on all my, so this is fucked. I calculated so fucked up. So some people are like, why are you not doing the 90s? You have a lot. So I actually make more because there's no bonuses with the 30s by keeping my 30s and making more 30s. Because now I get to champagne more into when I get my 90s. Because it holds it. It's like delayed gratification. And at the same time, too, I could just go back in if I want to keep that point. Like, it's not worth it now, but I'll have so many that the 30 days are what's worth it for me. Because it's like, okay, I just don't look at the, I don't care the gas. I believe ICOSA is going to $5 in ICOSA. So you got to believe, man.
I believe it's going way more than that. That's if Hex hits
Thank you.
50 cents.
I'm hitting $5 in my target, so that's how I look at it. That's how I look at, like, okay, if I spend, even if I'm at a negative, it's like I have so much gas, like it is what it is. Like, thank you, forever down coin. Like, that's it. My gas is good for a long time.
I agree, Hex Luther.
Hex is infinite incentive, 100%, man. But sometimes you gotta. I want to allocate I want to delay my gratification to acquire Hex. So, like, a lot of people say I'm crazy, but I'm going to delay it. I'll buy it in 5 years. And in 5 years, I'm going to get a crazy ass deal. Because for me, I bought it at a cheap price. And it's going to happen. I'm telling you. We delay our gratification right now. So I'm going to unstake those 15-year stakes. Promise you. But I'm going to delay my gratification of when I own that Hex. Okay. That's it. I trust. I trust in the system. Straight up. How long are we going?
Man.
It's 2 hours.
I know.
Yeah, we can end it if you want. I'm still here. I'm listening. Yeah.
For me, it's 2 a.m. I'm done.
Let's go. Let's end it. I'm done.
I really appreciate it, Humble.
Yeah, I appreciate the invite. Again, I'm no longer a streamer virgin.
You can always come on.
Yeah, man, Monday. You're always welcome. Every Monday.
We try Sundays, but Sundays I'm so, like, every time I have a good lunch, I'm just like, ask bro. And he's like, yo, you want to stream? I'm like, yeah. And then I eat, and I'm like, yo, bro, fuck it. I'm going to bed. Anyways. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on, Humble. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys in the chat too. Oh, Dashiell might be coming back.
Oh no, I'm done, man. It's 2 a.m.
Oh, yeah, I'm done too.
I gotta go to the city in the morning. I gotta argue with some Portuguese people.
Let's see which one.
Dump it! Dump your shit! What are you, some sort of Mexican?